All right, y'all. Welcome to the stream. We are live. It is a cloudy day on a Tuesday morning. We are going to be getting into some very interesting topics here with a special guest, C-137. I'm sure many of you are familiar with C-137. Peace to everybody in the name of Yeshua the Messiah, Jesus the Messiah. It looks like we got a lot of stoners in the house. Shout out to Alfredo Corona. Got a lot of crypto stoners in here today. Interesting guys. All right, we will be live soon. Stay tuned. And as usual, guys, if we can get this stream up to 1,000 likes, I will be giving away the trading course for free. Also, if we can get this up to 3,000 likes, we'll give away 0.1 BTC. And remember, y'all, just remember that in order for us to get 3,000 likes, I mean, we are going to have to hit up our friends and our family. We're going to have to hit up our acquaintances and our coworkers. We're going to have to say, hey, trying to get that 0.1 BTC. So y'all better pop into Jason Casper's stream and hit that like. All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday morning. As you can see, I've got my trades up here. These are my longs right here. Long on the Bitcoin from 32K. Long on Ethereum. Kind of hoping to turn this into a swing trade, guys. Still have my shorts open. No reason to close them yet, so they're still open. This right here, guys, believe it or not, this is Carl from the Moon. These are his eyes staring right down at you, okay? These are Carl from the Moon's eyes. And guys, these are my eyes staring right down at you as well, okay? Now, nobody really knows what I look like, but these are my eyes, okay? So remember, me and Carl, we're watching you. We are watching you guys. Shout out to Andy S. Thank you for being here. Shout out to BL Perez, the in-house stoner apparently. And guys, we do have a lot to talk about today on a serious note. On a serious note, I'm going to be getting into some technical analysis right here, and my good friend C-137 is going to be joining us very soon. So in the meantime, let me just go over Bitcoin and Ethereum quickly, give you my overview, and then we're going to get into some really cool topics. I think you're really going to enjoy it today with C-137. Guys, make sure to hit up the like button, because if we can get this video up to 1,000 likes, I will be giving away the course for free. And if we can get this thing up to 500 likes, guys, I will give a nice juicy discount on the course. Let's get it up to 500 likes for a discount, up to 1,000 likes for a giveaway, 3,000 likes to give away 0.1 BTC on this stream. All right, y'all, so here we are on the Bitcoin chart. And as we know, this trend line was acting as our resistance since the 12th of May. This trend line was acting as our resistance. We broke above the trend line, which was really nice, right? We got a really nice move there. In fact, I was long from 32K, actually on the dot, 32K, literally on the dot, right down here. So my long is currently up a nice, 18%. Of course, it was up a nice 24%. I've been taking profit out along the way, of course. That long is still open right here. As you can see, got some leverage going on. Of course, within my good risk management. So right now, the key area of resistance that Bitcoin needs to break out of in order for the bulls to regain control of the Bitcoin price action is this red box. This red box right here, if I draw a line at the bottom of the box and the top of the box, this is the resistance that we were coming into way back in the month of January. If we go to the weekly time frame and we'll take a look over here at the month of January, we can see that this red box, if we just extended the box all the way back to January, this was the level of resistance that we were unable to break out until Elon Musk came and he tweeted us from the Earth all the way up to the moon up here. And we just, SpaceX blasted off to the moon, did a little orbit around the moon, and then we came back and we landed the ship perfectly on the launch pad, okay? Because we know SpaceX always does that. And so currently we are trading within this old range, and it's actually very important, all joking aside, to take note of the fact that literally from the low right here where we wicked down to this high where we wicked up to, is the same exact trading range that we were trading in January. And what this does is it allows us to have a very clearly defined levels from which to trade off of. We know where we should be looking for shorts. We know where we should be looking for longs. We know where, if Bitcoin breaks out, we're going to see more upward movement. And we also know where, if Bitcoin breaks down, we are going to see more lower movement. So really, in the macro scheme of things for Bitcoin, if we are to come below this $29.8 thousand level, then I'm expecting us to come down to the 26K level, and then if we lose that, come down to the 23K level. Right now, $35,000 is acting as our support. If we go to the daily time frame, we can see that for the past week, we have been unable to close a daily candle, besides this candle right here, but we wicked back up pretty nicely. We've been unable to close a daily candle below 35K. So the very important area for us to keep our eyes on is this right here, between 35K and then around 40K. If we're looking on the big term time frames, if we're able to come up above this key resistance right here, then we have a chance of actually printing a higher high on the daily time frame and reversing the trend. And on the other side of that Bitcoin, if we come below this $35,000 range, then we're going to be stuck down here again. And I would become more bearish if we were trading in between 29 and 35. As long as we're trading between 35K and 40K, I'm actually quite bullish on Bitcoin. And the reason is because on the daily time frame, if we take a look down here at Market Cipher, we still have formed this nice bottom right here. On the 12-hour, you can see that we were forming bullish divergences on the 12-hour. We had higher momentum coming up while price was simultaneously, you like how I say simultaneously instead of simultaneously, price was simultaneously coming down while the momentum was coming up. That is called a bullish divergence. So right now we're getting some resistance against resistance. Nothing to be concerned about. So one scenario is we could break out of the trend line, come down, and get a retest of that trend line before breaking out of that resistance. That is one option. Of course, the second option is we break out and just get thrown down off of that resistance. And if that happens, guys, I will become much more bearish on Bitcoin. Okay, so this is the larger term levels right here. And actually, if I turn them all on, these are all the lines that I'm actually using to trade right now. And I know it can look a little sloppy, but here's what we've basically got. We've got the all-time high in January, all the way up here at about 42K, as the ultimate resistance that we need to break out of in order to continue with an uptrend. If we come above this level, not only will we be above the 21 EMA on the 12-hour, but we will be able to put in a higher high on the 12-hour time frame. This is very important. This is very important. So until we're over this level, we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful. If we come below this 35K level, okay, look down to the $29,000 level. If we come below the $29,000 level, look down to the 26K level. Reason being, the 26K level is actually the 618 Fibonacci of the entire move to the upside. If we turn on our fib, our good old fib, if we just pull out our fib, everybody knows how much I love to pull out my fib. I'll pull it out in public. I don't care who sees. I will just pull it out. People hate on the fib, but there's no reason to hate on the fib, guys. There's no reason to hate on the fib. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my fib from the Corona dump. Boom. Check this out. From the Corona dump, all the way back here, March 2020, to the all-time high. This down here is the 618 of the entire bull run. So I would be looking to find support right there if we lose the $29,000 level. I'm sorry, if we lose the $35,000 level. Another important thing to note, guys, you know, we are trading in between the 21 EMA and the 55 EMA on the weekly time frame. If we lose, let me turn off that trend line. If we lose this 55 EMA and we come down to the 618, although we will probably find support here and be able to get a bounce, right, a nice long position from there, it's a very dangerous thing in my mind to be trading below both the 55 and the 21 EMAs on the weekly time frame. That usually means we're going to have much more downward movement. In fact, in general, a lot of people just trading swing traders will just go long when we come above the 21 EMA on the weekly and then close out their trade when we come below. So, you know, if you're a super swing trader trading Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, super low, chill, you would have entered right here on this weekly candle, and you would have come out right here on this weekly candle for a super nice 286% move over the course of course, 378 days. 378 days, 54 weeks. But a lot of us are not swing traders like that. We're trying to capitalize on these smaller moves here and there. So, yeah, let's take a look now at some smaller term time frames and kind of look at some other levels here. Yeah, this is not looking the best on the weekly time frame, guys. On the weekly time frame, this is not looking the best, right? So it looks like we have a little retracement, which means we should pull out our fib from, because we're in a downtrend, right? We should pull out our fib from the swing high to the swing low and see if we are getting any kind of fib response. Now, the 382 is right up here above this box. When we're in a downtrend, one of the most common places that we will get a rejection off of is the 382. So don't be surprised if we see us pump up to here and then get a rejection off of there. In fact, if we do come up to here, this is a great place to be looking for a short, right? If we come up to the top of this box, which is the 382, you know, definitely be looking for a short up there. If we zoom into some other time frames, like the lower time frames. Let me turn on some levels again. I know I got a lot of lines on here. I do have a lot of lines on here. But the reason I do is because these lines are lines that we can use to find long and short positions, right? We're going to wait for price to come up to one of these places, like down here yesterday night. You know, when we saw price coming down to this area, it's a support. So what do? You look for a long position. You look at Market Cipher to give you confluence. In fact, I did take this trade last night in the private Discord right here. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sure I can. Yeah, I can find it. Right here. Price came down to a support. We saw Market Cipher was printing a bottom. The higher time frames were also giving us confluence. And that was a pretty nice scalp trade, right? We wrote it up pretty much from the support to the resistance. Then we made our way back down to the support, entered a little scalp trade again in there, and came up a good amount. We didn't hit 2 take profits, we hit 1 take profit, and then closed the trade in profit. You know, you're not always going to hit all your take profits. And then this morning, guys, I got sliced up. I got stopped out of a trade right here. I was trying to do a little scalp up to a resistance, stopped out, unfortunately. It happens. So if you're on these smaller time frames, what you're going to do is, first of all, it's very important that you have your levels marked out. It's very important that you have your levels marked out. That's one of the most important things you can do as a trader, especially if you're using Market Cipher. You want to have levels marked out so that you can get yourself a framework from which you can enter trades. So the way you're going to do that, and I know I go over this a lot, but it's super important, is it doesn't have to be too complicated. Like, it can be as complicated or as simple as you want it to be. It can be as complicated or as simple as you want it to be. The easiest way to do it is to just go to a daily time frame, and you are just going to find areas on your chart where price has found a sticking point in the past. And you're going to start to the left of your chart. You're going to start to the left of your chart, and you're going to just come to the daily time frame and see, okay, where did price find a sticking point? You're going to go ahead and make a line there. You're going to go ahead and make a line there. And you're going to do it for many places, right? You could see right here as well. Price found a sticking point right on these candles. Right here. Boom, these 2 daily candles. And now look at how these lines are respected way in the future, right? Way in the future, you could see that this line right here, this yellow line, is acting as our support. And then this lower yellow line is actually acting where the wicks are coming down exactly to this yellow line. And the reason for that is because the market remembers that there's a lot of liquidity going on at these levels. Liquidity means there's a lot of buying and selling taking place. There's a lot of asset exchange taking place right here. And so when the market retraces, it will tend to find sticking places at those same areas. And so we can use these places to look for a reaction. As we're dumping down, we want to look at the levels that we have marked and say, okay, where are we going to get a little bounce? Where are we going to get a bounce in order to find a nice trade entry? And, you know, one of those levels is like the $34,000, $35,000 level. So you know, as price is dumping and you see it coming down, you're not trying to catch a falling knife. What you're doing is you're looking for price to come down to one of the levels that you've already predetermined to be a level to expect a reaction. That's where we go to Market Cipher and look for, you know, when we're trading with Market Cipher, we can come down to those places and see what's happening. We can see what direction the price is going to move if we have Market Cipher and our levels marked out. It's really nice like that. It's really nice like that. So a great example is, let's see, the first time price is falling down and it comes down to this support right here. Check it out. Price comes down to a support. We hit it once, we get a retest. You could say we even got another retest. As we're falling down to the support, what do we see on Market Cipher? We're seeing we print a nice bottom. We're seeing the money flow is curving to the upside. We're getting trigger waves right here. If you see that we touch a support that you've already marked out, and then we touch it again, and Market Cipher is giving you anchor trigger, you know that that's a good entry. You know that that's a good entry. And you could have had a really nice move from this too. You could have had a really nice scalp. You would have entered right here. You would have put your stop loss below that last swing low. And then you set your take profits up here. And the way you set your take profits is simply just by looking to the left and see, okay, where did price find a sticking point? Okay, to the left. You know, the first place that I would look to take profit would be right here. Right at this level, right around here, because we came down, acted as a support again, then acted as a resistance. So it makes sense that, look, we come up and this level is respected. Price finds a sticking point here. The second level I would look to take profit is right here. Because we come down, we get a double bounce off of it, then it's acting as resistance again. And what do you know? We come up right to this level and we get a little reaction off of it as well. And once you hit your first take profit, you just move your stop loss to break even. That's how you're going to find those trades. Really, and of course you're not going to win them all. You're not going to win them all, but you're going to win most of them, and the wins will outweigh the losses, as long as you are, as long as you are using good risk management and marking these levels. And there's many different ways to mark these levels, guys. You don't just only use the daily time frame. You'd use the weekly time frame, the daily time frame. You can use volume to do it, right? I like to use volume to do it. I have many different indicators. And if you want to learn this stuff in depth, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This is my course where we give you the knowledge and skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader, where we go over how to use volume, how to mark these levels, how to do technical analysis, how to use Fibonacci, trend lines, moving averages to find these levels, how to use Market Cipher in depth to find those good trade setups. Then we give you 3 strategies that you can use right out of the gate, even if you're a new trader, to start winning trades. It takes a lot of the pressure off. We go over mindset, risk management, good stuff, good stuff. There's a 7% discount in the description of this video, but guys, if we can get this up to 500 likes, I will give away a nice juicy 20% discount. So let's pump the likes. Let's pump the likes. Got 700 people in here. Only about 300 likes. Now my good friend C-137 is going to be joining me here. Let me see if he's available. Let's see. All right, he's about to be. He's not home yet. He's about to come into his house in 3 minutes. So then he'll come on, and we're gonna get into some juicy stuff over here. Some juicy stuff. In the meantime, let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum and Bitcoin are kind of mirroring each other, doing very similar things. So Ethereum, guys. Ethereum, you know, as you guys know, I am currently long on Ethereum. I'm long on Ethereum. It's up about 27%. I'm looking to have this be a swing trade. I really am hoping that we can actually continue in an uptrend for a little bit. I'm hoping that Bitcoin can clear those resistances and start forming higher highs. And I know if Bitcoin can at least hold above the $35,000 level, then there is a good opportunity that we will see Ethereum start to come up, you know, quite a significant amount, potentially even up to, you know, the 0.5 or the 618. Even if we don't do a higher high, I really think we can see Ethereum come back up here. And the reason is because here we are on the weekly time frame. Let me go to the 3-day actually. Go into the 3-day time frame. You know, we had been trading below this trend line for quite some time. This was our resistance since February 3rd, the 3rd of February. Of course, when we broke out of this, we had a massive move to the upside, and then we came back down. And look what happened. We really did form a very nice support down here at like 1775, right around that area, 1780. And then we came back up above the trend line. And I would say, you know, we dipped below it. We came up. We got a retest, right? We dipped below it. We came up, got a retest. And then we're getting a bounce right now off of that trend line. And I look at this red box here as kind of like, as long as we can maintain the Bitcoin price action, this red box right here for me is a buy zone for Ethereum for a nice long position. Because if we turn on our VPVR indicator, which gives us our volume, we can see that this red box right here is the highest amount of volume. And this is a great place in my mind to load up on some ETH, and we'll see what happens here. We will see what happens here. If we lose the trend line, then I think I'm probably just going to take the loss. But the opportunity for me is too good to turn down, and so I'm taking it. Currently, that trade is in profit, so I ain't complaining. And for those of you who are new here, this is Carl from the Moon. These are his eyes, okay? He's looking at you. And guys, these are my eyes, okay? I'm looking at you right here. I'm looking at you. You can tell that they're my eyes, right? Look at my emoji right here on the YouTube, right? Got the glasses, got the blue eyes. Boom. That's me right here. Low resolution, okay? Low resolution, but remember, me and Carl, we're watching you. We're watching you. Okay? It's not creepy. I'm telling you, it's not creepy. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. So yeah, this is Ethereum. These are some targets that I have. Obviously, we're getting some rejection. We have some serious resistance right up here at the 2732 level because we have that 0.382 Fibonacci, which is, an area that we should expect a rejection off of if we are going to stay in the downtrend, right? If this indeed is just going to continue downwards like this, then the 0.382 level, this is an area where, we could just print that lower high and then come back down. So I understand the risk that I'm getting myself into, but perhaps I'm drinking the hopium, guys. Perhaps I'm just drinking the hopium that that we're going to come up more, that we're going to come up more. And I see people in the chat here are laughing at the eyes, guys. So CryptoFace and Flop and Groper are looking for a possible dump today. Then yeah, I mean they are good traders, so we very well might have a dump today. And here's the thing, guys. If we do have a dump, okay, we know where our levels are at to trade, okay? We know where our levels are at to trade. And, I'm still in my swing shorts. I'm still in my swing shorts right here. Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm still short. The reason I'm still short on Bitcoin and Ethereum is because on the weekly time frame, there's no denying the fact that we're in a downtrend, right? For Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's no denying the fact that we are in a very clear downtrend. And if we start to lose, the 35K level, I will close out my Bitcoin long because I'm long from 32K, already have taken out profit. If we start to lose for Ethereum, okay, this trend line, I'm closing out that trade with a loss. I'm closing it out with a loss. And I will keep my short open and add to my short. So, KC says 35K Bitcoin is max paying for options. Perhaps. So let me see. Is C-137 in the house right here? Is C-137 in the house? Okay, C-137 in the house. Okay, he's gonna shoot me a call. So yeah, bro, shoot me a call. C-137. I will answer, man. I will answer. And we can get this show on the road, bro. We can get this show on the road. Even if the market is trading sideways, TN Veer 7, we still have some good levels marked out to trade. And I think we're going to get into some really cool stuff here with C-137. Let's see, can we get this video up to 500 likes so I can give a nice juicy discount on the course? 20% discount on the course. If we get this up to 500 likes, I'll give a 20% discount on the course. We get up to 1,000 likes, we'll do a course giveaway. If we get it up to 3,000 likes, we'll do a 0.1 Bitcoin giveaway. I mean, nobody else is doing that, guys. Nobody else is doing that. This is some crazy stuff here. All right, I think I missed C-137. I'm going to give him a call here. I'm going to give him a call right here. Yo.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on, C-137?
Oh, nothing much, man. Yourself?
Well, I believe it or not, I'm actually live on YouTube right now.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, my bad. I had to drop off my sister-in-law. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be late. No, I didn't mean to hold you up, man. Sorry for everyone, that I held back and stuff. But we're here
late.
now. Yeah, right. You gotta be fashionably late. We're here now, and we're live, man. We're doing it.
Nice, bro. That's legit.
I have my really good friend of mine. He has a really good insight on the market. I'm trying to do a three-way call. You okay? You okay for that?
I'm okay with that. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, for sure. I'm gonna hang up and I'll ring you again.
Okay, yeah. All right, guys. So C-137, he is going to be bringing in his good friend, who's going to be going over some nice chart stuff here, and I'm going to close out my trading view. The reason I'm going to close out my trading view, guys, is because I do not want my trading alerts to be going off in the middle of this call that we have. And so yeah, if we get this video up to 500 likes, I'll drop a nice sweet 20% discount in the course description, in the chat actually. And while we're waiting for us to get to 500 likes, and while we're waiting for C-137 to call back, what should I name? Oh, here he is.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, the man with the plan.
What's going on, guys?
How's it going, Jay? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, Jason, this is my very good friend Brad.
Brad.
He has a really good insight on the market. Super smart guy.
Yeah, I actually, Brad, I saw you on C-137's live stream.
Oh, nice. For the I was talking about market profile.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. What did you think?
Man, I thought you didn't know anything. Just kidding. No, I no, I really enjoyed it. It was very, very insightful, extremely insightful. So I'm excited to have you on today. So
good times, man. I'm super excited, man. The crypto space just brings so many people together.
That's for sure. That is for sure. And okay, so
excited.
You guys can share a screen with me. Is that correct? And then people can see.
Yeah.
Let's do that so that people can see what you guys are laying down.
All right, for sure. Me and Brad did a little bit of TA, and Brad did a really good in-depth TA on how he sees the market going and the psychology structure behind it, because he has 13 years of experience. He really understands very well how like these people try to trap these orders in for people not being able to get out, so that way they pretty much get their Bitcoin snagged.
Right.
But it's really crazy how Brad puts it. But it's all you, Brad. You can just share your screen and just and get it.
Right. I was trying to get it because I had to take it off my vertical monitor, else I don't think that you guys would be able to see it very well.
Okay, let me get in here.
It's on the vertical one still.
Oh wow.
I switch it to the regular one.
Okay, so this is.
Can you guys see it?
No, I don't. This is. I see the Ninja Trader.
Yeah, you can see but it's a Bitcoin chart.
It's like
It's
flickering.
flashing. Yeah, we're going. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, there we go.
Is it working now?
Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Brad, maybe just for people who are new or just getting in, maybe explain what we're looking at here. Explain what this is, because this is very unfamiliar to a lot of people, who, especially people in this crypto trading space.
Okay, so basically what we're looking at here is the same thing you guys look at, right? I trade on a 30-minute chart, specifically only on a 30-minute chart. And what we're looking at here are basically 30-minute bars. It's just displayed a little bit differently to give you an idea of where the market is trending and where the market is going to make moves. So if you... basically, so like if you are looking at this, right, it looks kind of confusing, but if you were to look just at a 30-minute chart, you would basically see the same things. You would see the tops, you would see the bottoms, and you would see. I mean, I use a volume profile as well. That's why it turns green right here, because this is the high of the day, or the value area high, value area low, and this is how I trade So I've been trading Bitcoin. That's how I've been trading pretty much everything as I trade right off this chart. I use a couple of other charts. I use a footprint chart. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but it's basically just like kind of like a time in sales. It's just aggregated a little bit differently, just to give me an idea of where the strong buying is coming in. That way I don't have to kind of roll back the tape and kind of look at it. Better for me, just a visualization, right? And so a way to read this, right? And so you see these O's right here. That is showing us the open of each bar, right? And so you see how we pushed up. We're pushing past this open of G, which is the previous 30-minute bar. And so by this, we can assume that there's going to be stops right here. And by stops, I mean people that are short from up here or from up here, from up here. This is where their stops are at. So if we get up to this area, we should see a nice little spike up. We might come back down, but we should see a nice little spike up. And that's what that's going to show us is all of the people that we're selling are turning to buyers, right? If I mean, I'm not sure, how experienced everyone is in the chat, but if you buy something, eventually, or actually immediately, you turn into a seller because you're trying to sell it for more than you bought it for, right? Everyone's trying to do that. And if you sell something, if you go short, you're immediately trying to turn into a buyer, right? Because you want to sell something and then buy it back for cheaper. That's just, basic marketing, right? And so with this chart, what we're looking at is seeing these stops, identifying where these stops are at, and that gives us a little bit of insight on where we want to get into the market, where we want to hold fast, things like that. So if you look, we had this nice big E period, which took the stops above. It couldn't take these stops of D. Then we had F open and it traded inside. We had G open and it took those stops of F, which we were in a short in a C-130's Discord channel, and we couldn't break down. We were short from about 3,800, and I was actually looking, to try to get down here to the E open around 37.5, but we weren't able to actually get down there. Ended up closing the trade, and now we're at H open. H opened up here, and now we're on our way up. So now what we're looking for is to see if H is going to break the top of G, right? And the prices are very similar. This is just if you guys are on that the perpetual futures contract on TradingView, I know that's what a lot of you guys are trading on. I can zoom this in a little bit for you guys.
Brad, if I can just interject for a minute there.
Yeah.
When you're looking at these letters, right, is this just showing you like that it's a new bar, like you have the A bar, then the B bar, and the C bar?
Exactly.
And
yeah,
it just goes through the alphabet and then starts over?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So, because a lot of people have never seen this before, and myself included, I've never seen a chart looking like this before, so I'm just trying to wrap my mind around when we're looking at each one of those letters, it's just a 130-minute bar, correct?
Exactly. Yep.
And where they turn green, the O's are where the bars open, I'm assuming.
Correct.
And where they turn green, can you just quickly explain again what is that signifying to us?
It is signifying the value area. So the most value has been put in within this blue area.
Okay.
And so it's typically when you use a volume profile, you're looking at about 70%.
Oh, right. It's the volume area. So essentially, if I'm using a VPVR indicator in TradingView.
Stop flickering. Yeah, my screen's flickering for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. It's kind of stopped now, but it does every now and then. I think when you switch, it does it with the gray chart.
If we go on here, let me move it to this screen. See if that changes it to be better. Oh, I see it on there. I see it on the stream.
Yeah.
I wonder why it's going with that chart. That's annoying.
When you stay on the chart, though, it doesn't go away. So you can just stay on the chart.
Okay. I'll just stay.
Yeah, you just gotta stay on the chart.
Okay. So I'll just stay like this. So basically, yeah, because that other chart's not even on the same screen. I don't know why it keeps popping up. My bad, guys. It's just Discord is probably not great. But yeah, so when you use a volume profile, Jay, you still there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you use the volume profile, typically the value area is about 70%. And so this is going to be our value area high, our value area low.
Okay.
And so these are going to be automatic points of resistance and support down below, right?
Gotcha.
And then you see our middle line right here is going to be the POC. This is the volume POC on the right. This is like solid red. And this POC is the time POC. Right? So
Okay.
it's kind of combining time and volume into the same screen. And so basically, it's kind of giving you those support and resistance levels automatically. And that's the areas that I look for confluence, right? So like if we break above G, we're probably going to break out of value. So what I'd like to see is a break up out of G, a retest, and then a nice push up to try to test these E highs. And then on the inverse side, right, if we break down below this G low, I'd like to see a break of the G low, and then our next resistance is going to be this value area low, which is going to be 37,675. And so that's where, some buyers should step in. And if they don't, then, we can see a nice spill and look for some targets down. But, we have a point of control right here, 37.89, and then 37.86. So this area should act as some support for now, just depending upon, where we're looking at. I was looking at my footprint chart. I don't know if you guys have really seen that chart either.
Right now, we're getting a lot of flickering going on here.
I wonder if we jump on. Yeah, I see it. It's so annoying. I wonder if we jump on Zoom, if that would be the screen share would be better.
I could do that if that's what you got to do.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, because it's kind of unfair for everybody
Okay.
to
Sure.
have to keep jumping back.
All right.
Here, I could start the Zoom right here, and then I'll just post it
In the
right
Discord.
here. Yeah, I'll post it in the Discord.
Okay. Great. I guess in our group chat right here, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right there. How's your day been, Jason?
It's been busy, man. I've been out on the farm, bro, raising those
Oh, yeah,
animals.
nice. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I got to start getting into growing them potatoes. I know we were talking about it for a while, but once I sell my house, man, indoor potatoes all the way.
Yeah, I mean, they're so easy to grow outside too. They're so easy to grow. You just dump them in the dirt, cover them up with a whole bunch of. Oh wow, I guess everyone sees me right now. Okay, let's not do the video.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to end the video, yeah.
Wow, my face reveal came in a surprise way. Okay,
If people are gonna be recording that, huh?
dang it, I was hoping only my eyes would be seen. Just check.
So let me know what that looks like for you guys on here.
It's looking pretty good, man. It's looking actually very, very good for me.
Okay, no more flickering or anything.
No more flickering. No more
Awesome,
flickering.
awesome. So basically, what we're looking at now that we're not flickering anymore. Hope that helps you guys. Is let me get my pen tool. So right here is the open of H. Right, we have the POC right at that similar spot. Another POC right here, and then this is yesterday's point of control, and then our volume point of control is kind of right where area is at. So we're looking for a break of this area, and then a spike up above these FIs, and then looking for it to maybe pull back, and then extend. Right, that's on our long side. If we are looking for the short trade, we want to see a break of this G low. Right, it's going to hit resistance right here. This is value area low, so we might see a little bit of rotations, then a break, and then we try to run these stops at E. We're going to hit this value area low from yesterday, which could cause some rotations, and then try to break D. And those are the things that we're looking for. And so with this, what we've got to do, the biggest thing you guys can do is just stay patient, right? I'm a big psychology guy, and I know it's super hard to just stay patient. Everyone wants to be a trader. They want to be in a trade at all times. I'm a little bit older than, a lot of people, and, I have a fidget spinner. I spin the fidget spinner, and that's how I stay patient, right? Until I see the confirmation that I'm looking for I'd like to see a break of these G highs, and that could put me onto the long side if we don't get this resistance at this value area high to try to push up to that high of the session. And the same thing on the inverse side. I'd like to see a break of these G lows, or even that H open could be a decent short down to the G low, and then you just have to hold a tight stop. You're not looking at making $1 million, and that's not how I trade. I trade, just to make a living profit every single day, right? You make $100 a day, or you make $200 a day. That turns into good money. If you make $500 a day, that turns into about 125 grand. So that's all you really need, right? At least for me, I don't need much more than that. So
Yeah, then like consistent profits and stuff.
right. I mean, like a million a day would be nice, right? Of course. But I'm not greedy. I'm just a consistent trader.
So basically, if people are doing this, first of all, is this something that people can do using TradingView with just fixed range indicator or VPVR indicator? Because I don't think most people are using this trading software that you got going on here.
Yeah, I'm actually in the works of coding this indicator for TradingView. I'm working with C-130 and with his Discord to try to help those guys out to try to set up this software for TradingView. TradingView is a little bit tricky on what they'll allow, but I mean, yeah, my goal is to get this out there. But I mean, it is similar to a 15-minute chart. It's just anything visualization keys that can help you trade better, right? Just like Market Cipher. People see the green dot and they love that green dot. So it's the same idea as far as that goes.
Yeah, I love the green dot. It's encouraging. Right. It helps me
Best
too.
Thing ever.
Yeah, if I have to like do cardio and run on the treadmill, I just put like a big green dot in front of me, so I'm always running toward it. Yeah.
Right. You're like, yeah. That's the goal. That's the land of the goodness.
That's where the money is, bro.
Yeah, those green dots. So this is super interesting, man. And guys, if you do not just if anybody's watching this and you have not checked out the C-137 YouTube channel, here it is, C-137. Check him out. He's got 1.4 thousand subs. He's a newer channel making his way up in the crypto world. I'm going to drop the channel in the chat here. Another thing, guys, because we do have 500 likes, I'm going to do the 20% off discount for the course. Go to jasoncaspertrading.com and you can get 20% off with the coupon code 20% off. If we can get this thing up to 1,000 likes, we'll do a course giveaway. But anyway, let's get back into this, man.
Make sure you hit that like too. We gotta hit that like. The Jason Casper like button is the only thing that goes to the moon.
Right. Definitely run it up for Jay, man. I appreciate you having me on for sure. But yeah, man. So like these are just the things that I look for. It's pretty boring but pretty simple. I'm very patient, and I've worked a long time to get on my trade psychology game, right? That's the biggest killer of a lot of traders is, they want to be in a trade, they want to be making money all the time, whereas typically in my experience, over the past decade or so, about 20% of your time is actually spent in a trade, and then about 80% of your time is preparation, preparing, and watching, right? Screen time is super important. All of my traders that I train, I don't even let them trade on a sim account for at least 30 days, right? Until at least I can see that they're understanding what they're looking at. And then after 30 days, I normally put them on a sim account for 30 to 90 days, depending upon how fast and how well they're trading. And then from there, we start to put them on some live money and let them try to make some gains. But the key is just, patience. I cannot stress that enough. And you see right here, H, we're forming this inside bar. So we came up, we couldn't take this high of the G. We came down, we can't even take the open of H, right? And if there's strong buyers right here, we won't break the H open. by much, right? And so that's one thing that we're looking for is if it can't break this H open, and this next letter will form in about 10 minutes. If we can't break this H open, as soon as that next letter forms, if it breaks, then that could be our sign, right? We might see some selling. But like I said, you've got to stay patient and understand that anything can happen, especially in the crypto world, right? You know, you could get an Elon tweet at any time, or a big whale could just jump in there and buy this thing up. Mark Cuban, right? Get in there and just tell everyone to smack the buy button. So another chart, if you wanted to look at it, that I watch is a pretty interesting chart as well. Is the chart that I was kind of alluding to earlier. I could switch the screen if you want.
Sure, you're talking about the footprint chart?
Yeah, you know about the footprint chart?
I use exo charts.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I've never seen the stuff you've got pulled up, man. It looks like the Matrix, bro. I guess if you've been trading for over a decade now, you're in the Matrix. It's no longer pretty colors, purple and blue. You got like just numbers.
I mean, I could change it to if you want some. We can get some pretty colors going over here. Let's see.
Yeah. And for everybody who's just coming in here, basically, I'm live with C-137. This is C-137's good friend, who's been trading for over a decade, and he's just sharing some insights in how he handles these markets. And he's got some some Matrix-like stuff going on here. So pay attention if y'all want to learn something good.
Yeah, that's funny that you said the Matrix too, because I was telling everyone in C-130's Discord that they just got to take the red pill, and I'll show them what's up.
Yeah, there you go.
This man.
That's actually my favorite movie. I love that movie.
Oh, that was a really good movie, dude.
So you see right here, we broke that H open, right? Now we're starting to see it run down a little bit, and that's pretty standard of how the market trades, right? I know this is a very boring way to trade.
Is this a footprint chart that you're looking at right now?
Oh no, this is still the same chart. I just changed the colors to make some pretty colors for you.
Oh, okay.
There we go. So now we're gonna break this G low, and if we watch this for a second, if we break this G low, what's gonna happen? There's a lot of buyers sitting down in this area, and they're gonna have to close their position, right? They tried to run up the top of G, they weren't able to do it, and so now they're looking to try to push this down, but they're gonna defend this area right here. But sellers can push us out of this area. You'll see a nice little spike, right? And that's where you try to get paid. And you got to keep a tight stop as well. So like, let's say you were to enter a short trade right here, your stop would be, right here. I like to take small losses and like to let my winners win. I'm not a huge fan of kind of like letting the market run up and just telling myself that it's going to run down. Let me reload this so we can open it back up, so it makes it a little bit easier to look at. Okay, so you see how that H is coming. So when you see us break this level, if we break it, right, we should see a nice little spike down. Probably get some support over here, and that will be because what's happening is all of these buyers that bought during the G period and during the H period are selling their positions. So they're turning from a buyer into a seller, and we're getting a nice little spike down. Crypto Chad said, sorry to unplug you from the Matrix. I'm like Neo, but I just, go through all.
Shout out to Crypto Chad. Crypto Chad in the house.
Crypto Chad's the man. Where's Memory Man at?
I don't know. I guess Memory Man is, he's probably doing something because I don't usually stream at this time.
Memory Man. That's funny. He's always in your chat. That's an awesome guy. He popped in my chat one time. I'm like, I've seen this name somewhere. I'm like, oh, wait.
We had that quick spike down. So we traded from 37.65 straight to 30 cents. So it was a straight $100 move because of those. And so now that we broke it, we see responsive buying and price moves up. Price is this yellow dot, guys, in case you didn't catch on. But so we saw a spike down and then immediately pop back up. And that's because we're having responsive buying down here. And so let me switch the screen so you guys can see the.
Is there any way you could put on a standard candlestick chart for us people who have not yet taken the red pill, or is this just the?
Oh yeah. Here, let me Let me find that chart.
I got to shout out Lord Frost in the chat and Ramon in the chat and Luis Rivera. Thank you guys for being here. Web Zombies wants to know what are we looking at? Guys, we're live with C-137 right now, and we're live with Brad. C-137 and Brad. And Brad is showing us the matrix secrets that he uses to trade these Bitcoin markets. So
this is just that 30-minute chart. This is exactly what we're looking at. We saw this nice little wick. We broke that bottom, and make this a little bigger so you guys can see it nice. And that's just kind of what we're looking for. All right. So now we're kind of what's called one time framing down. So we had this nice spike up. We had big buyers come in here right on the VWAP, which was probably algos, right? We ran these sell stops. People have been selling all night, so they had to get out of their short position. So we had this nice pop. Sellers decided, you know what, that didn't look like much juice, so now we're going to sell it down. And now we're one time framing down. And what one time framing down means is that each bar, the high of each bar is lower than the previous high of each bar, right? So until we see a break of one of these bars, we're not really looking for any long trades. And there's stops right here. There's stops right here. There's stops right here. And there's stops right here. And this is what gives us the gas to get on the run, right? And there's also stops right here. And there's also stops right here. And this is what's giving us the gas to make these movements, right? Because Bitcoin is not a very liquid market, as much to like the traditional market that I come from, right? And so as we trade, we need to run these stops to turn these buyers into sellers, or up here, these sellers into buyers, in order to make these nice moves that we've been making the past couple of days. I know the people over here in C130's Discord, we've had some really nice trades the past couple of days. We had a really nice short trade come off of that 39 area that I posted a couple weeks ago, down to 32. I know people took profit along the way, but it was a really fun trade to make. That was kind of just like a close your eyes and sell moment, which I do not recommend, right? Always have a plan, trade to your plan. But these are the kind of things. So I watched this chart as well. This is my 30-minute chart. We see the VWAP right here, which is this green and red, and then another VWAP right here, which is this black. And right now, we're trading below it. Buyers are trying to defend it. So ultimately, I'd like to see this area break down here. And if we break this area down here, our chances of getting back to that low of yesterday looks good. One thing that does kind of have me off of the short side is this area where we had some nice price action yesterday, or a couple of days ago. These lows, it seems like we came back to these the tops of these, and we're trying to move up. We do have a downward trend that we haven't broken yet, so I know you guys like the trend lines, and so if we can break this trend, we can definitely move back up. But it really just kind of depends. I don't really hold anything overnight.
okay.
Let me get these drawings off. I like to be in and out of the trade. One trade we took yesterday or 2 days ago was a long trade, but it lasted like 7 hours. But I didn't have anything to do. I was just sitting at my desk all day, so not a big issue. I was able to monitor it and trade some other stuff and get some other stuff done in between. I just don't like to go to bed, because when Asia gets on Bitcoin, they like to sell it for some reason lately.
Yeah,
and so it's normally it wakes up a couple $1,000s less than. And I'm on the West Coast, guys. So, for me, I don't know what time zone. I know you guys get people all over the world. So, but normally during the Asian session, they typically like to sell Bitcoin down.
Yeah. So we have some questions here in the chat. First of all, people want to know, Brad, if you think that we're entering into a bear market.
I don't think so yet. One thing I was talking with C130 was I think what's happening is that Bitcoin was going down or going up for so long, and a lot of people are newer traders and they really haven't seen a bear market. I think Bitcoin is still in the bull. I'm a big fan of ETH, right? Because of the utility of it. What I think is what we're gonna see is kind of like, back in the 50s when the United States asked people to turn in all their gold, and then when they didn't, they were like, okay, we're gonna just take it from you guys, right? When they wanted to back the currency with the gold. So as crypto gets more popular, what they would like to do is I read an article yesterday saying they're asking people if they want to sell their Bitcoin to the US government, and they won't have to pay a tax penalty, right? They won't have to pay they won't have to pay anything if the legislation gets passed to be able to tax crypto, right? For capital gains tax.
Hmm.
And then, I mean, this is just my theory, right? I'm not a professional economist or anything. But what can happen is they can eventually just decide, okay, we're either going to ban it or you have to give it up, right? And they can take it. Well, and if banks adopt it, which I'm not a huge fan of because I do like the sovereignty of Bitcoin. I feel like we're trying to break this low right here. Sorry, guys, I get distracted.
Yeah, we just got a red dot in the 24-minute time frame on Market Cipher.
So we're breaking that low just by a tick. So if we can get a nice push down, we should get down here to this 37,455. That's a nice level down there. Or maybe 37.4. See, there we go. There's some stops getting ran. So that's what causes those big jumps, guys. When you see the market bounce like that, you're seeing sellers or buyers down here having to sell their position back. And look, and then you see responsive buying. So a nice big buyer just decided to jump in. He's like, all right, I'll take it all. And then we pop back up right to the pivot point. But anyway, sorry, I digress. Back to the theory is that if they make these people turn their Bitcoin in and they adopt it, what's going to happen is that you're going to get a huge rise in ETH, or like another coin that I like is Binance. VeChain, I think, has some definite utility going forward. Any of those because of the utility, right? I really like XRP just because the instantaneous transfer of money, especially if currency goes digital.
Yeah.
And I've read already some other countries. I can't remember if it was like the Netherlands. There's a country over there that already is saying that they're going to go to a full digital currency. So it's just a matter of time. I'm not a huge fan of it, right? Because I'm not a huge fan of being controlled, being under that type of microscope. But that's just kind of the way I see it going forward.
Right. Yeah, I see that too, man. I mean, yeah, we don't need to get into it too much. Not on the YouTube, at least.
Sorry about that. I had a little
No, that's okay.
Soapbox.
No, that's totally cool, man. I just know when you start talking about that kind of stuff, you get shadow banned on YouTube. But
okay, let's not do that.
Yeah, I can see, for the past maybe since a few days ago, we've actually been trading in now a local downtrend for Bitcoin ever since we kind of formed that bottom around 32K. I guess it was more like 31. We came up and then, rejecting off that resistance that we had right at like around 40. And now it looks like we're just printing in the lower highs, lower lows. So as far as you trade on pretty low time frames, right? You're not so much looking at the daily time frame or the 4-hour time frame.
No, I'm just strictly on the 30-minute. That's it.
Okay.
I don't really look at any other charts except this 30-minute chart.
Interesting, man. So this is your footprint chart you've got pulled up here, and
Yes.
For anybody who's not familiar with what that is, just explain it real quick, and then if you could tell us, how you're using this along with what you just showed us, that would be great.
Yeah. So basically, this is kind of like your time in sales. I know C-130 was showing me his time in sales and how it is, and it's kind of busy, and it's hard to stay on board. So I have these aggregated a little bit. They have 5 levels in each level, basically. So they're not going to match up consistently with the price, but it's just letting me know the area that buyers are getting in. So you see this, like, this 3 is kind of a big area. So it's just letting me know the areas. And so basically what we're seeing here, this red line is the ask line, the green line is the bid line. And so we see that these buyers are still defending this area from this morning. One of the reasons I liked that short earlier is because we saw these 22 buyers up here, which was a little bit high, and this was probably a little bit of FOMO from a lot of retail traders. They jumped in. We weren't able to keep trading up to break the previous bar. And then I knew as soon as we got below it, not new, I won't say new because I definitely didn't know, but I assumed that we would have a nice push down. I was able to catch a decent short. And we're seeing people adding to their position. That's why I was saying this big area down here, they defended it. We didn't actually, tick below it. But once we get down here into this 37.5 area, that's gonna, that should bring us down to the low of the day. So our low of last night, right? And so that's kind of what I'm looking for. I do agree with you, Jay, big time that we are printing lower highs. I think on that rally off that 32-ish, like you were talking about, us not breaking that 40 level was a big indication that we don't really have the juice to keep it rolling. But it'll be interesting to see. I think we definitely have some support down here around like 36.5.
Yeah.
And then 35.5 looks like some pretty strong support. If we can hold those levels, that would be a good indication.
Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping my longs open unless we lose 35. Because I'm long from 32.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're sitting nice. That was a good call.
It was
actually. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was telling Ramon when we were at 39 that I liked the long from 32, but I'm not I don't really buy and hold. But that's funny that that's where you got in. That's a perfect spot. I must have been looking at the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just put a buy order in there, and it actually triggered like over the weekend when I wasn't even paying attention. So I got
nice.
home. I looked
That's
in
always
and
nice, right?
Yeah.
It's when we were talking, when you were talking about how we're still in the bull run, how we might still be in the bull run and stuff, it still looks good. Me and Brad were doing some TA, and what level was it that we came up with, Brad? If we crack 41,000, right? 41,006, was it?
Yeah.
And it was 41,006. If we crack that, we could definitely see a big move up.
Yeah, that's interesting because I was doing some TA as well as usual, and I had a very similar level. I just want to check and see what it was because
that's good confluence,
For me, it was.
We both have the same thing.
For me, it's 41. Wait, no, that can't be right. I think it's the 41,968 and 50 cents. It has to be the 50 cents. If it's only 49 cents, then forget it. We're in the bear market. But
it's over. Pack your bags. We're done, guys. Later.
Yeah, that's actually the all-time high from the January pump that we had in December, coming up to the beginning of January, where we had that major consolidation. That was the all-time high for that January. So yeah, if we can come above that area, I think, just like you guys do, we're going to see some nice movement to the upside.
Some pumpage.
We're going to go to Pump City. It's going to be a chest and arms day in Pump City. So shout out to any people who understand what that means. So we have a few other questions in here. But now I lost. Okay, so people are asking, how can you see this chart? Other people are asking here if this is available on TradingView. Brad, maybe if you could discuss, because a lot of people are very unfamiliar with the footprint and exactly what it is and exactly what you're using it for. Could you just go over, how you're able to see this data and what exactly you're using it for, and if you know of any kind of free versions that are available or something that's compatible with TradingView? I don't know if you're even aware of anything like that because I know you. What is this, Ninja Trader?
Yeah, this is Ninja Trader.
Okay.
So, I use Ninja Trader, right? Because you can trade stocks, futures, options, Bitcoin. You can pretty much trade everything on it. And so I have been trying to find, that's why I'm actually in the process of coding the TPO for TradingView. But I haven't found anything. The closest thing I've found, I think I saw on your stream, was the exo charts, right? You have the exo charts on there sometimes.
I usually don't ever show it actually on the stream, but I do use it.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, so that's the closest thing I've found. I don't think it's free though. I think it's paid. As far as the footprint goes, the footprint is, I mean, it's not free. Most of the decent ones are even paid through Ninja Trader. So like there are add-ons that I've bought to use through Ninja Trader. They're out there, but they're not really super accessible, which is unfortunate because this is what, Wall Street people are looking at. This TPO chart is what Wall Street's looking at. They're looking at a 30-minute chart. They're looking at a chart that looks just like this. They might be trading on smaller time frames because they're trading with a lot bigger size than you or I. I don't know how much size you're trading with, Jay, but definitely more than me. But this is a chart that they pay attention to because they're trying to trap retail traders. Unfortunately, there is a VP. Let me see if what's it called? I have it on TradingView called VPSV that I use. It is just a volume profile, a horizontal volume profile that it does the job on TradingView, and that's the one that I typically screenshot and share with the Discord over at C-130s, just so people can kind of get an idea of what I'm looking at, so they're not looking at the matrix. But that's like the closest thing that I've seen on TradingView. But once I finish this code, I'm definitely going to work on it this weekend. I don't know how long it will take, and TradingView, like I said, is kind of a pain in the neck. But once I figure it out, I'll definitely push it to C-130, and then he can do with whatever he wants with it. So
Yeah, and honestly, Jason, like our main goal really is for us to help out as much of the crypto community as possible that we have a reach on, and we're just one person at a time. Like we can only do so much, but we really want to go ahead and take all this information that these higher level institutional players use and extrapolate that and let that average retailer know that, hey, like this is how they're trading, this is how they're trading against you, this is how they trap you. And sadly, a lot of this knowledge is not easily accessible, or it's hard to learn. And even till then, some of it really comes with experience. And we want to go ahead and recreate this to where it's accessible for people on TradingView. And that's why when me and Brad created, right, like we'll push it out your way, right, and your viewers can have it and stuff, and they can trade with it. You know what I mean? Like your community has been great, right? They deserve the entire world. So as long as we all work together, we can definitely get a more understanding of the markets and what everyone does, and we could just be more successful overall and just less stressed out, because nobody should be stressed out trading Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a blessing, honestly. It's really a one in a lifetime opportunity for us to be alive here. So, and I really appreciate you giving me and Brad this opportunity to be on your channel. It means a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Now this is something, Brad, that I understand right now. Now we're out of the matrix. Back. We're plugged back in behind our necks, and So interesting. You got the CDV candles down there. That's cool. This is Ninja Trader again? No, this is TradingView.
Oh, this is TradingView. Yeah, this is the TradingView. Yeah.
Oh, sweet, man. Sweet.
We're out the matrix.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Wow. Look at this, man. Regular old indicators on here. Cool. So what are you? Yeah. Maybe if you could explain everything you just showed us in the matrix now out of the matrix. So.
Yeah. Definitely. So this is the good old TradingView. These are the indicators I use. I think one of the guys in your stream was saying he couldn't find this indicator. It's this one right here, CPSVHD total. I think you have to have a subscription to TradingView to be able to access it. But TradingView is pretty cheap. It's like $14 a month or something. So
cool, man. I just took a screenshot of that there.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and then the CVD candles are just cumulative delta. For those of you that don't know about cumulative delta, is basically just the difference between buyers and sellers in a certain bar. So basically, as the cumulative delta goes up, we should be going up in price. As cumulative delta goes down, we should be going down in price. You can look for it for divergences on a longer term or for intra bar. So if we see this bar right here, we had this nice red bar that moved down, but down here we have a green bar, which means that there's more buyers and sellers, and that's where we got that responsive buying at earlier. And so that's kind of what I was alluding to in our Discord. This white line is just a VWAP, and these red lines, these are just lines that I've drawn. This was the double top that I was talking about this morning, which kind of put me on the short side. I actually took a short this morning a little bit earlier, got stopped out on a loss. We did end up coming back up to here, took another short, and caught a nice little run down. But I like to keep my losses tight. I realized that I was wrong, got in a little early, a little FOMO, right? Needed to pick up my fidget spinner and hang out for a second, reacclimatize the trade, jump back in, and was able to catch it down. But so the volume profile, so you see all this dark blue, light blue, that's the same thing on the TPO chart, right? That matrix looking chart.
Right.
This is that value area high, that value area low. This is that 70% of volume. And so what we're looking at is, where's this pen tool at? So we're seeing this nice distribution, a little volume shelf kind of forming right here. And that's showing that there's a lot of volume getting done in this area right here. So this is going to, be a strong support or a strong resistance, since we're kind of right underneath it. This red line that's coming out, that's going to be our point of control, which is kind of why we've just been all over it. The VWAP is right above it as well, which has been acting as a resistance all day. And so you can kind of see from yesterday, right? The value area high was up here. The value area low is down here. We traded up out of that value area. We couldn't put in, we did have a nice little double distribution, but we couldn't put in really any value up here. So naturally, price comes back down, right? Immediately on the open today, we tried to pump back up. We got out of value, couldn't put any value in. We tried to put in value right here, came down, came back up. That's where we put in this little bit of value, couldn't hold. And so then we moved down. And so the way that I'm using this is I'm looking for these thin spots. Let me zoom this in a little bit. So if we're looking at it here, right, we see a nice little thin spot right here, which means there's no value or volume, right? I like to call it value. There's definitely some value right here. There's some value here, right? And so this is typically a place where price is not going to interact much. And you can see that, we got up to that spot and just shot right through it. Came up into value, had some rotations, came back down to that spot and just shot right through it, right? And where do we shoot down to? Our value area, right? Our big value area. We had a little rotation here, weren't able to hold it. And if we drag this down a little bit, where did we come back down to? Our value area low, where we put in a ton of value, right? Tried to trade below it, and it's the same thing on the inverse side. We tried to trade below it, we got out of this value area, so then we come back up into value. And where do we come back into? Right there, where our point of control is at, where the most value, which is kind of where we're trading today. And there hasn't been a lot of decent trades, and I don't suspect that there will be until we break either these lows down here or these highs up here somewhere. Right, that way we can run some stops, get a back test, try to run this up. If not, try to run these stops down here and then push down like that. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So the best thing to do to hold yourself out of a trade is just put an alert on. You can put alerts on TradingView, right?
Of course, man.
Yeah, so you just whatever you do. I don't know, C-130, if you want to help them out on how to set an alert on TradingView, just set an alert and then get a text to your phone or your email or something.
That's how I do it, man. I'm out there on the tractor, I'm out there planting rows of beans, and all of a sudden my phone goes off and I got the laptop right in the bed of the truck, ready to go.
That's the dream, man. So my brother and I just bought a bunch of land, and that's our plan is to kind of just move out and farm everything, and then trade. That's what I'd love to do. That's how I'd love to retire. Just live on a farm, get all my own stuff. Just have my close family with me.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah, that's
Self-sufficiency.
I'm trying to get Jason to put me on that W-2 status as an employee, man. I'll do the crops and everything, man. It gets paid education. I don't know how to do any of that, man. I really do regret it. I've been
those
been
are
a city
great
boy,
skills
man.
to have for sure.
I know, dude. I know. Jason was talking about it, and it made sense. He said food and property are the only two things that if you really have that you can survive with. Everything else is kind of extra. If you can, provide that for yourself, you're solid.
Yeah, that's why I own 2 pizza stores, man. It's property and food in the same spot.
That's legit, man. 2 pizza stores. I was thinking of planting some pizzas, a whole field of them, but they never came up.
What a bummer.
Yeah, they didn't
What
come
a
up.
nice-
It was a bad year for them, I think. Too much rain.
Have you been throwing any rocks off of your roof recently, Jason?
I haven't too much, man, and the reason for that is because the Market Cipher hasn't really been given too many good rock throw setups lately,
Yeah, I've been noticing that. I've been noticing that the rock doesn't bounce off. The trampolines are a little busted.
The trampolines are a little busted these days, and yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm bullish or bearish right now, guys. I was saying earlier today, before you guys got on here, that really, for me, it's that level we were talking about, the 41, the high 41s. If we can break that, I'm bullish, and if we lose 35, I'm bearish. Because as far as for me, 35, that's that's a super high volume notice. It's the point of control of this entire range,
Yeah.
all the way back to January. So if we get below that again, I'm feeling that it's not going to be good.
There's just so much FUD, man. It's crazy. So much FUD.
Yeah, I remember
You
there
can't
being a
walk
lot of
down.
FUD. There was a lot of FUD at the end of the last bull cycle. I remember literally the day that Bitcoin dumped from 18K down to 13K, and everyone was freaking out. That same day, there was an article that China was banning Bitcoin, and now what do you know? The same exact thing is happening now. So
Oh, and they're spamming that too. The China banning Bitcoin thing comes up every other day.
yeah, it's very strange, right? But
It is, yeah.
who knows? I don't know.
One of the guys in the chat was asking for the settings of his of this BPS fee. So
Thank you, Brad.
yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Let's come into the chat here. Shout out to JD Daniels, Wax Incorporated Waxing Academy.
You want to hear a funny story actually? Okay, I'm gonna hit you with the craziest story ever. You know how me and Brad met is ridiculous, right? We so Brad's in the army, and I was in the army 4 months ago. I just got out. And you ever heard of Fortnite, Jason?
I've heard
The game.
I've heard that, but I don't know anything about it yet.
It's just a video game, right? So they were trying to make a competitive team in the army for it, which is a new thing. The army's never done anything like this. They made an esports team, which is competitive sports team for online gaming and stuff. So me and Brad start talking, and we start playing the game. He's pretty good, I'm pretty good. We're going at it back to back to back, and then 3 or 4 months down the road, one thing led to another, and then the dude's just teaching me how to trade all these crazy things. And then next thing he pushes me, and I make the account, the YouTube account. I was like, hey, you should start teaching people. And then I met you, and then here we are.
Nice.
It's crazy how it goes from one thing to you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how
Crazy.
life is, man, for sure.
What
So
happens when you have an altruistic environment? You just kind of pay it forward, and life just works out.
yeah, it's interesting how things happen, for sure. So yeah, Brad, thank you for coming on the stream, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for
People in
having
the
me. I appreciate
chat,
it.
people in the chat thought that you guys met on Tinder, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
No, that was the second time by accident.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one's too young for me.
Yeah, you're freaking 15 years apart.
Brad, how old are you, man? if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, 33.
Oh, okay, 33. 33. Interesting,
Yeah.
man. Okay, and C-137, you're a younger dude, right? You're like 20 something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 24.
Okay.
I
Nice.
try to stay young.
Yeah, that's good, man. The more I try and stay young, the older I get. So
Oh man, you gotta start getting older then.
I know, yeah, and
Or you can stay young, you know?
and just so everybody is aware here, this is Carl from the Moon. His eyes just looking at you, okay? And these are my eyes as well, looking at you, okay? So it's not creepy at all. But just remember, when you're doing your technical analysis, me and Carl from the Moon, we're watching you. We're watching you, okay? All right.
You know what? Honest.
What?
What's
What?
Oh, no, I was gonna say. I mean, if everyone hasn't gone to Carl's channel and jumped into that comment section and has told him, "Hey, let's get Jason in this and let's get Liddy," you should. You should really do it. You want to know why? Because at the end of the day, it puts more money in your guys' pockets, and I think that's what everybody wants. I mean, do you like money, Jason? Brad? I mean, I like money.
I hate money, man. It's a necessary evil.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, so that's a good explanation of it.
Hey, shout out to Apex Crypto who says I can't get into C-137. Hey, you know, Apex Crypto, C-137, he does some really good TI on his channel. I'm surprised you can't get into him. Maybe you should try again. Like, it's like when you listen to an album for the first time and you're like, then eventually you start listening to it again and again, and then you start to realize how awesome it is. You know, go check him out again, man.
Just make sure it's actually at C-137 on the stream. There's been a couple different people streaming, so just if it's loud and he's talking a lot, that's how you know it's C-137.
this man.
Oh, Apex Crypto means he can't get into your Discord. So he's probably into you. He's into you, bro. He just wants to get into your Discord. I think your link doesn't work.
Let me see.
Just swipe right, bro.
Just swipe right. And yeah, wow. We have 600 likes. If we can get this up to 1,000 likes, guys, we'll do a giveaway. But I don't think we're gonna get there because I have to head out. Kind of soon. Yes, shout out to Omid who says I should bring Matt Shadell into the stream. Yeah, shout out to Matt Shadell if anyone remembers him from yesterday. Yeah, if you ever want to reach out to me, Matt, you know, I'll bring you on the stream. I will. I really will. I mean that. Ali B, we're not going to get into the Bible today. Not today. It's not enough time for that. But maybe another time. Sometimes, Brad, I don't know. Sometimes on my streams we wax biblical on here.
I like that.
So, all right.
Yeah, I'd like to start getting a section on C-130 stream where we do a little psychology. Definitely can bring some biblical stuff into that for sure.
Hey, man, if you ever want me to get in there, I'm a pseudo biblical scholar over here.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Definitely have to have you over for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be super awesome.
Bust out the original languages over here, and yeah.
You speak Latin?
No, that's not an original language. People think it is, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's the Catholic Church had the Vulgate, the Latin Vulgate, which was like the only Bible for like, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years. So people think it was original because it's just so old.
Right.
Nope, it's Hebrew, Greek, Aramaic. Yeah.
I feel that.
Well, guys, I actually have to head out. I've got some stuff to do, but I really appreciate y'all coming on to the stream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was it's definitely a pleasure, and you know, it was you know, a blessing, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to Robert Holmes who says Jesus turned over the money changers table. Sounds like an economic reset. That's a nice one, bro. I like that. Cool. All right. Any other closing words from you guys before we head out of here? Brad, I don't know if you're on the interwebs anywhere or if you're just doing through C-137.
No, I manage a private company. I'm just helping out, you know, C-137, really good friend of mine. Just, you know, if you guys want to hear anything, I'm pretty active on his Discord lately. You know, jump over there, follow him on his YouTube, you know, and I appreciate you, Jay, for having us on. It definitely a good time.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again sometime, man. I'm gonna look into some of those things that you're showing me here. The Matrix is to the best of my abilities. Whoa. Sorry, guys. Trading alert over here. And if you have not yet, please go check out C-137's YouTube channel. I'll drop that link in the description again. When I say description, I mean the chat. So, boom. Let's go subscribe to his channel. Also, guys, the Jason Casper trading course, because we got 500 likes, I do have a coupon code. 20% off is the code. You can get 20% off if you use the code 20% off. What other things do I show? Market Cipher. If you want to get a 5% discount, you can click this link right here and use the code Billy-5-D3PWXX4F. And also, guys, you can join my free Discord right here. There's a lot of good traders in there, a lot of good TA in there. If you want to be in the VIP Discord, you can become a Patreon, link in the description. And that's about it, guys. So like usual, I'm going to end this stream with a blessing in the Hebrew language. So receive this blessing. It is given to us to place the name of the Lord, the creator of the heavens and the earth, upon you. And it goes, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael, which in English means, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and may he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace in the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. All right, guys.
Amen.
Thank you so much,
Amen.
and we'll be in touch. All right?
All right.
Oh,
Thank
definitely,
you.
man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure. All right.